Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to start with the second topic of the chapter of science, that is chemical reactions or chemical equations. So now will talk about a balanced chemical equation. So let's take an example. Before studying the balancing the equation, we should first of all know the chemical reaction of a particular example. Like magnesium ribbon is burned in oxygen to give magnesium oxide. That means when we burn the magnesium ribbon, it will give magnesium oxide. Let's take the example, magnesium plus oxygen will give magnesium oxide. So when we say oxygen, it will be O2. Magnesium oxide is MgO because oxidation state or valency of magnesium and oxygen both is 2. So one magnesium requires only one oxygen, MO. Oxygen O2 we have written because oxygen exists in diatomic state. That means oxygen never exists as O, it exists as O2 because oxidation state or valency of oxygen is 2. So two oxygens are required to form an oxygen gas. We first of all need to balance the equation. To balance the equation, first of all we should know left hand side and right hand side. On left hand side we have number of atoms of each elements, that is the reactants, should be equal to number of atoms of each element or product on right hand side. So we need to make a particular table like this. Elements magnesium and oxygen, only two elements are there on left hand side and right hand side. On left hand side we have only one magnesium and oxygen are 2. On right hand side we have one magnesium and oxygen as 1. So what happened, there is the problem here in oxygen because you have two oxygen on left hand side and one oxygen on right hand side. That means you need to balance the equation. So these are the steps which we need to follow every time. First of all, formula cannot be changed, so draw a box. In the textbook they have said that we should draw the box. It is not necessary, but why they have said that, that means we cannot alter or change the formula. Like MgO, we cannot write MgO2 here at the bottom. If we write 2, so two oxygen they get balanced, magnesium get the balance, so we say equation is balanced. No, we cannot do like that. We cannot write 2 here at the bottom. That means we cannot change the formula. Number 2, draw the table of each elements in unbalanced reaction, what we have done here. Next step, from the table it is clear that oxygen is not balanced in the product, so multiply by 2 MgO. As oxygen is not balanced, we need to multiply it by 2 MgO. 2 MgO means magnesium becomes 2 and even oxygen becomes 2. So here now we will have 2 magnesium and 2 oxygen, but here we have only one magnesium, one oxygen. That means in the next step we need to multiply magnesium by 2 and the equation becomes balanced, 2 Mg 2 Mg 2O2 2O2. See, so the balance equation is 2 Mg plus O2 will give MgO. Please note that while balancing you need to follow all these steps every time. We will take next example, then you will understand it clearly. In next example we will study zinc sulfide. Zinc plus sulfuric acid will give zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. We will write the formula Zn for zinc, sulfuric acid H2SO4, zinc sulfate ZnSO4 hydrogen. Now we will write each element and the reactants and the products. Here we have zinc only one on the left hand side, so only one. On the right hand side only one zinc, only one zinc. Hydrogen, 2 hydrogen on LHS, 2 hydrogen on RHS, means on product side. Sulfur 1, sulfur 1, so on both the side 1 sulfur. Oxygen 4, oxygen 4. That means the reaction is balanced. There is no need to balance this reaction. We will take further one more example. Iron plus water will give ferric oxide plus hydrogen gas. Fe plus H2O will give Fe3O4 plus H2O. In this reaction again we will try to write down the each element in the first step. Iron 1 on LHS, but 3 iron on RHS on the product side. Hydrogen 2, hydrogen 2. Oxygen 1, oxygen 4. So while balancing these type of reactions, we know two things are not balanced, that is iron as well as oxygen. So we can start with iron or we can start with oxygen, but it is always better if we start with the that particular element which is most unbalanced or which has more number of atoms in the reactant side or product side. That means oxygen here is 4, so we'll try to follow with oxygen. So 4 oxygen is here. We need 4 oxygen right hand side. So what we have to do, we have to multiply water by 4, H2O. So what we are doing, multiply water by 4. When we multiply water by 4, iron will remain as it is. There is no change in iron, but 4 2s are 8. We get 8 hydrogen and 4 oxygen because we are multiplying it by 4. Again, I am saying that we cannot write 4 at the bottom. We cannot change the formula. So in the textbook they have said write down these elements or the formula in the box. I have not written box because we are not going to put anything at the bottom. We have to multiply here. Is that clear? So what they have said, they have multiplied by 4. Hydrogen again becomes unbalanced. Iron is already unbalanced, but oxygen is balanced. So I have put the square here and say now oxygen is balanced. Now we need to go for hydrogen because there is much unbalanced for hydrogen. Even we can start with iron also. Please take care, there is no thumb rule. But it is always better if we start with those elements which are most unbalanced or more unbalanced atoms. So here is 8, here is 2. We need to multiply it by 4. So 4 2s are 8. Now multiply hydrogen by 4. So on the right hand side we will multiply hydrogen by 4. So when we multiply, only one hydrogen is there. So now hydrogen becomes balanced. Oxygen is already balanced, but iron is unbalanced. So in the last step we need to multiply iron on LHS by 3. Now multiply iron by 3. So 3 3 get balanced. So this is how first we have balanced oxygen, then we have balanced hydrogen, and in the last step we have balanced iron. So we have said 3Fe plus 4H2O will give Fe3O4 plus 4H2O. This is how we are doing the balancing. Let's take one more. In the textbook they have given few more examples. You can go through it. Now after balancing the equations, we will come up with one more thing which is needed for the chemical reaction, complete chemical reaction. The first thing is physical state. Whatever physical states are given here, we need to write down the physical states. So what is the physical states? Physical state for gases we will write G, for liquid we will write L, for aqueous we will write AQ, and for solid we will write S. Aqueous, note that aqueous is used when the solution is with water or solution is along with water. That means when we have water in the form of solution, we will write aqueous. We will not write liquid. Please take care. Liquid is for all those which exist in the liquid state except water. For water, we will write aqueous. Next number, temperature, pressure, catalyst and other conditions which we say reaction conditions should also be mentioned. These conditions will be mentioned above or below the arrow, the reaction arrow, the reactant arrow, product. So in between that arrow, we have to write on top and the bottom about these conditions. Even note that for reversible reaction, that means those reactions which can act in both ways, reactant to product and product to reactant, double-headed arrow. And for irreversible reaction, single-headed arrow, means only reactant to product. See this reaction. Iron plus water will give ferric oxide plus hydrogen. This is single-headed arrow, single arrow, only in one direction. See, now they have mentioned the reactant conditions. What conditions they have mentioned? Iron as solid, water as gas. Gas means we are using steam. We are passing steam on iron. Then we will get ferric oxide as solid and hydrogen as gas. This gas is getting evaporated. Again, take next more example. Carbon monoxide plus hydrogen gas will give methanol or methyl alcohol. See, I have written both the terms, methanol or methyl alcohol. These terminologies we are going to learn in the next chapter of chemistry, like which we say naming, how to name these elements. So when we want to name these elements, what is the condition for that? What is IUPAC naming or common naming or generic names? We will go through that. So don't worry about this, how we have taken the name. Just understand the reaction. Here they have mentioned the condition. What is the condition? 340 atmosphere. That means carbon monoxide plus hydrogen combines in the presence of pressure 340 atmosphere to give methanol or methyl alcohol. Again, it is in a liquid form. Both these are gas. One more, 6 carbon dioxide aqueous. Aqueous means along with water plus water liquid. See, this water is already present with carbon dioxide, aqueous water, in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. See, sunlight and chlorophyll are the catalyst. Chlorophyll is the pigment which helps in the photosynthesis, and sunlight, without sunlight it is not possible for photosynthesis. So you will get glucose. Glucose is C6H12O6. Here it is 12. C6H12O6. Again, glucose is in aqueous form, that means it is in the solution form, dissolved in water. Plus 6O2, aqueous oxygen. See, oxygen is also in aqueous form, that means in the solution form. And H2O, 6 molecules of H2O, that is liquid water. So this is how the reaction is taking place. Inshallah, in the next session we will start with the next topic. I think the first part is over. There are few questions which are given in the textbook. Go through it, try to write down the answers for it, send it on in the group. I will go through it. If further more addition or deletion is required, I will go through that. And if you are finding any problem for balancing, let me know. It is very important, as far as possible, try to balance the reactions and follow the table which I have given here. See, this is the table, step 1, step 2, step 4. In each and every step, try to draw the table. It is lengthy, time consuming, I understand, but it is the best way to balance the reaction. Okay, take care. Allah Hafiz.